It was supposed to be another step forward in McLaren's title fight. Instead, it ended in carbon fibre and crushed hopes. With just 5 laps to go in a tense Canadian Grand Prix, Lando Norris slammed into the back of teammate Oscar Piastri, ending his own race and sending shockwaves through the papaya camp. In a battle for 4th place, a late lunge turned into a high-profile disaster, and perhaps the moment McLaren's intra-team harmony cracked. Lando's error wasn't simply about braking late or missing a gap. It was the kind of miscalculation that goes deeper, a decision born more from impulse than strategy. For all his natural talent, Norris still wrestles with timing when it matters most. In a championship battle as close as this one, instincts aren't enough. While others play the long game, Lando is still caught in the moment, and in Montreal, that moment took him straight into the rear wing of his teammate's car. That moment now feels ironic. Norris once said on Drive to Survive that he wouldn't change his personality to win a championship. But history tells us otherwise. Formula One has always rewarded those who adapt, not just on track, but off it too. The most successful drivers didn't stay the same year after year. They evolved, they learned, and they grew cold when they needed to. Norris might not want to change who he is, but perhaps Montreal was a reminder that champions often have to. Norris immediately took the blame. "All my bad, all my fault, stupid from me," he told his race engineer Will Joseph over team radio as he pulled over with front wing and suspension damage. His contrition was quick and sincere, but the consequences of the crash may linger far longer than the impact itself. Despite the incident, Piastri managed to finish the race without losing a position. Norris, however, leaves Canada not only with a DNF, but also with his title campaign dented. He now trails Piastri by 22 points in the championship, a reversal that would have been unthinkable just a few weeks ago. Norris's weekend was already off rhythm. A scruffy Q3 left him starting from 7th after 2 unforced errors in qualifying. Yet through strategy and determination, running a long first stint on the hard tyres, he brought himself back into contention. The stage was set for a thrilling McLaren on McLaren scrap, but it spiraled quickly. Over the final laps, Norris closed in on Piastri. Just as he was preparing to strike, they caught Andrea Kimi Antonelli. The Mercedes Junior gave Piastri DRS and an extra layer of defense. Norris attacked anyway, diving down the inside at turn 10 on lap 65. He briefly edged ahead, only for Piastri to immediately retake the position before the final chicane. Then came the moment. Norris, determined not to let the move slip away, tucked in and tried to seize the inside line approaching turn 1, but with Piastri shifting slightly toward the pit wall, the door closed fast, too fast. Norris clipped the rear of the sister McLaren, broke his front wing, and slammed into the wall. From that point on, it was game over, not just for the car, but for McLaren's afternoon. "I tried something probably a bit too silly," Norris admitted to Sky Sports after the race. "There's no one to blame but myself, so I apologise to the whole team and to Oscar as well. I'm just glad I didn't ruin his race too." In the paddock, the atmosphere was mixed. A handshake between teammates, some respectful words exchanged, but tension still hung in the air. Piastri, composed as ever, refrained from finger-pointing. "He made quite a large move into turn 10. I held my own into the chicane, and it was definitely a tough battle, but a clean one until that point," he said. "I've not seen the incident, but I don't think there was any bad intentions involved. I think it was just unfortunate, really. Still, it's hard to ignore the broader implications. With both drivers so closely matched, and now even closer in the championship, how long can McLaren maintain a let-them-race policy?" Team principal Andrea Stella struck a diplomatic tone but made it clear this was unacceptable. "We never want to see the two McLarens touching each other. That's a very clear principle," he said. "It was a misjudgment and Lando misjudged the distance, but there was no malintent. He owned it immediately, which we appreciate, but it's something to discuss and review." Stella's words are telling. While there may be no official team orders yet, this incident may force McLaren's hand in the coming races. After all, both cars are fast enough to fight at the front. But as F1 has shown time and time again, from Senna and Prost to Hamilton and Rosberg, 2 number-1 level drivers in the same garage can be both a blessing and a ticking time bomb. Zach Brown and Andrea Stella said it themselves. A Norris-Piastri clash was inevitable. It was a matter of when, not if. The warning signs were always there, and now that the moment has come, McLaren faces a familiar crisis they faced before, and the ending wasn't pretty. In 2007, it was Hamilton and Alonso tripping over each other while a patient Kimi Raikkonen walked away with the title. The parallels are impossible to ignore. 2 fast drivers, a team hesitant to pick a side, and a title slipping away, one incident at a time. If McLaren doesn't learn from its own history, Canada might just be the first chapter in another familiar downfall. A few years ago, George Russell was the one under scrutiny, the one making mistakes, blinking when it mattered most. But something has changed. Russell has matured. His racing is cleaner, sharper, more precise. Meanwhile, Norris, in his 7th year, finds himself making errors that belong to a rookie season, not a title charge. Canada wasn't just a racing incident, it was a reflection of two diverging paths, one driver adapting, the other struggling to keep up. We all agree that Oscar Piastri isn't here by accident, and his rise hasn't taken anyone by surprise. What we're witnessing in 2025 is not a lucky streak, nor a purple patch. It's the product of sharp learning, meticulous refinement, and a mindset tuned to constant improvement. In just his 3rd season in Formula One, Piastri has quietly ironed out the early rough edges that marked his rookie year. His tyre management, once a clear weakness, is now a strength. His racecraft is no longer cautious but calculated. And in qualifying, he's transformed from a midfield hopeful into a genuine front-row threat. There's no chest thumping, no dramatic radio outbursts, no theatrics. Piastri races with a calm efficiency that's quietly unnerving. He doesn't need to shout to be heard. His results speak loud enough. His style is reminiscent of the greats not because he emulates them, but because he mirrors what they all shared: composure under pressure, sharp instincts, and the ability to extract every tenth when it matters most. The kind of driver who may not always be the headline, but is almost always in the right place when it counts. And this is only year 3. If this is the foundation Oscar Piastri is building from, then the ceiling is frighteningly high. He's not just a teammate for Lando Norris. He's the benchmark, the measuring stick, and potentially the internal rival that could reshape McLaren's future. Even Max Verstappen, a driver who rarely praises his rivals, admitted that Piastri is the only one he's raced behind who doesn't make mistakes under pressure. That's no small compliment. For Norris, that's not just competition. That's a championship-level threat growing stronger with every race. And unlike Norris, Piastri doesn't need to tell us it's his year. He's driving like it already is. There's been no official declaration, no public statement, but McLaren's recent behavior speaks volumes. In Hungary last year, they asked Lando to yield. In Canada, Oscar brought the car home while Lando brought it into the wall. Quietly, the balance is shifting. Piastri isn't just a promising talent anymore. He's becoming the one the team might need to back if they want to win. Norris has shown flashes of brilliance all year, but he lacks consistency. Now, with Piastri ahead in the standings and Canada exposing cracks in judgment under pressure, the psychological game begins. Will Lando bounce back and reassert himself? Or has Oscar quietly begun to tip the balance? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, goodbye for now.